You're listening to Uncoupled and Unfiltered, the show for people smart enough to get out of the wrong relationship and bold enough to do it without losing their damn minds. Hosted by Ksenia Mensch, a divorce strategist and straight-talking badass, this podcast is your no-fluff, no-shame, take-control guide to surviving litigated divorce with clarity, guts, and zero regrets. Let's get into it. Here's Ksenia.
You're listening to Uncoupled and Unfiltered. And today I want to talk about the divorce team. Up to this point, since I started my podcast a few months ago, I've been trying to provide information on the multifaceted aspects of divorce. So people who are thinking about divorce or going through divorce can obtain enough knowledge so they can make the correct decisions for themselves. They feel empowered, they feel they have control over it, they feel they understand enough of the process. But today I want to talk about something that I do. I've never done it before, and I'll just introduce myself. I'm Ksenia Mensch, and I'm the founder of the Thrive Again Divorce Coaching, and I am a divorce coach who specializes in high conflict divorces. When I was going through divorce, I wish I had somebody like me. I really did. Because the divorce is not an easy journey. It's not. And going through divorce, I also realized you need to have a whole team. So, what is the divorce team? What does it look like? And do you need one? Unless you've been through divorce before, I'm pretty sure you will answer no to all the follow-up questions like, okay, you decided you want to go through with the D word. Sounds enticing or sounds right, sounds about time to take the next step. But what does it entail? What are you doing next? Do you know who to reach out? What forms do you need to file? Do you know the things that you need to think about outside of, oh, the kid's going to be split 50-50 if we have kids? Do you know your financial situation? Do you know what to anticipate? Do you know how long it takes to divorce? So again, unless you've been through divorce, I'm pretty sure you're like deer in the headlights, so overwhelmed because it's a major transition that will turn your life, and if you have kids, their lives upside down. I'm not saying it's a bad change. It's a huge change. That's all I'm saying. And you need to be ready for it. And so when I'm talking about the divorce team, do you know all the things about taxes? Do you have access to your financials? Do you know about investments? Do you know how to provide for yourself and the kids? Um, do you know what to put in co-parenting plan? Do you know what to anticipate through the legal process? That's why you need the team. And the team will consist. Lawyer is a no-brainer. Everybody knows that as soon as you're going through divorce, you need to hire a lawyer. But let me stop you right there because a lawyer should be the last person you reach out to before even you make an announcement to your soon-to-be ex. Do your research and figure this out. Maybe, not maybe, actually engage with a divorce coach who can give you an outline, a map of what it looks like. And the coach can mentor you about the steps you need to take even prior to make an announcement to your ex. Talk to the coach, and the coach will tell you the step one, you need to figure out your financials. Reach out to financial planner and bring the full picture to the financial planner together, which means, are you working? What about your soon to be ex? What is your monthly expenses? What is your average standard of living? If you're splitting, what do you think will it look like? Educate yourself on child support and alimony. So that doesn't come as a bombshell when you are facing it. You need to financially be prepared for this transition. Where are you going to live? Can you stay in the house? Do you know the separation laws? Do you need to stay in the house until there is an order in place for that? Or is there other things that bad that you have to move out? How are you going to pay for things if that happens? How are you going to share the kids if you're sharing kids? The next one, do you need to involve a forensic accounting? And what I mean by that, it's one of those things that they investigate if your soon-to-be spouse, ex-spouse, or maybe you, not W-2. If you are self-employed, you have ways to be creative with how you put, how you display income on your taxes, right? So forensic accountant can go in to determine the actual income, monthly income. So child support and alimony can be fairly calculated. It's not about screwing one person over another. It has nothing to do with that. It is about being fair. And when divorce happens, a lot of people display very unpleasant behaviors of running, hiding assets, hiding accounts, um, using trust names and putting properties in the trust name so you don't know it's owned by a soon-to-be ex. It can get pretty messy and ugly. So the idea of forensic accounting is making sure um, it is fair calculation, not no spouse gets screwed. That's the idea. The next one, depending on the situation, do you need to involve a therapist? I mean, divorce coach is one thing, and I'll go into what I do and how I help my clients a little later. But therapist is identifying all the things that happened prior to you. So if you're, I do not know, if you're in an abusive relationship, right? And a lot of things, again, abuse can be very insidious. It's not always visible. It doesn't always leave bruises. And I'm sure Instagram, TikTok, we all hear about it all the time. There is such a huge awareness about domestic violence that comes in the form of emotional abuse when they call you names, right? They have financial abuse. They cut you out financials, they empty bank accounts, they control, monitor what you spend. Uh, Psychological abuse, they threaten you, they slam doors in your face, they scream, they can throw stuff across the house. Um, that's all forms of abuse. You don't necessarily have to get hit for it to be considered domestic violence. So if you're dealing with something like that, therapy is probably a must in this case. Um, and then you need a lawyer. For sure, a lawyer, I mean, but you cannot do a divorce without a lawyer. Even if you are mediating, you absolutely must hire a lawyer to ensure the lawyer reviews the settlement so your settlement is fair to you. And also, you understand what you're assigning. A lot of times, again, when we start going through divorce, we have no idea what we're getting into. And we're thinking, like, oh, I've been married to this person for so long. I know that person so well. It's going to be fine. We're just going to split whatever we have and go our separate ways. I have an unpleasant news for you because all the ugliness comes out. Just like I said before, it can get very contentious. And especially again, I work with high conflict divorces, and a lot of times abuse is involved. So when that happens, the person you're leaving, the alleged abuser, he's not there to let you go easily. That person will pursue you, but not in a good way. And they will try to destroy you. And when I mean destroy you, I mean destroy you financially, emotionally, all of it. That it's almost becoming like their life purpose to take you out for living them. And if you give them everything they ask for and want, it's still, I'm not totally sure it stops because again, the purpose of that person is becoming to destroy. So you have become a target. So forget you were intimate partners. The thing that sucks about it, they know your vulnerable points, just like you know about them. So it's like a really ugly dance that you have to navigate when you start the divorce proceedings. In some cases, the law cannot always help. So this is where divorce coaches like me come in and help. So I've talked before how high conflict divorces are different from regular divorces. It's not for the faint of heart. It's highly litigated. It's highly hostile. And if you share kids, the battle becomes uglier because now kids are used as pawns against you. That that's usually how it works out. So I like to focus on when I work with my clients actually on the aspect of this divorce, like temporary restraining order and restraining orders. Do you have a minors counsel that gets involved because your kids now need to be represented? Do you need to do custodial evaluations for your high conflict divorce? Is there some other protective orders that need to be placed? I come in and I help you prepare for those hearings. I educate you and coach you on how to talk to your kids, what to anticipate from minors counsel, what to anticipate during those type of hearings, how to mentally and emotionally prepare, because during that time, you feel you have no control. You have no control over your life. You have no control over being your parental rights are stripped away from you, even though you did not do anything wrong. It's how the system handles these type of situations. You're watched all the time. So that's when I come in and I work with my clients on coaching and mentoring them so they are prepared and look proper for the court. Look like the parent that you are for the court if it comes to custodial evaluation or minors counsel, right? You have to play the role to basically not fuck up and not lose your kids because those happen too. We become so emotionally involved. I mean, we're very emotionally involved with our kids. So if something we cannot control with the children, somebody else is telling us, no, 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 and we cannot do that, it's really hard sometimes to abide by those rules because we just automatically are in our very protective mode of our kids. And this is where I coach you how to properly respond to soon-to-be ex, who I know does digging and poking and trying to get a reaction out of you. The ex is trying to make you look worse for the court. That's how it's going to play out. That's when I come in and I help you not to fall into those traps. But outside of that, that's my bread and butter. That's what I really like working with my clients because it's extremely empowering and it's turning my clients from feeling helpless into somebody who owns the situation. And the outcomes work out in their favor. Because again, you are no longer blindsided. You are no longer surprised. You know, you have a foresight. You know exactly what's coming your way and you're well prepared for it. So it's less of reaction. It's being proactive when it comes to those type of situations. But I also can help you prepare for hearings. Like, do you need to organize financial documents for the hearings and prepare declarations? Yeah, I can help with that for sure. It's just sometimes you can handle it on your own or you can outsource and we can work on it together. I can help you when you're putting your co-parenting plan together. And again, for high conflict divorces, co-parenting plan is one of those things that you treat that document like Holy Grail. This is your Bible, this is your outline, whatever you believe in, this is your North Star until your children turn 18. Co-parenting plan and having the custody written out in such a fine, specific details is of utmost importance. And again, when I was going through divorce, I didn't know what to put in it. And a lot of things right now, I'm looking back. hmm, I wish, again, I had a coach who could help me put a better parenting plan. And I'm not saying my attorney is great. It just, I knew what I needed for my situation. And it's not necessarily reflected, not everything is reflected there. And some things are maybe not really necessary. But it's my first rodeo and not the last one, luckily. One and only rodeo I'm planning to take. But it's far from perfect. It's far from perfect because again, I didn't know. I didn't have a mentor who could help me going through that. So yeah, the divorce coaches are such a huge and essential part of the divorce team. When you are going through divorce, just remember, divorce is expensive. I know a lot of financial restraints, restrictions. Get it. But it's investment in you. And divorce coaches, at the end of the day, like myself, we actually give you more time in your day to focus on you. And we give you more peace of mind. We give you more um, feeling of control of your life. And last but not least, we give you an opportunity to keep more money in your pocket. Because instead of running with all these questions to your attorney, because you think your divorce team is attorney, that's it. You need way more than just an attorney. And you will quickly see after the first billing statement how all these questions, all these emails, all these phone calls, and text messages add up. It's it's a tough lesson to swallow, tough pill to swallow, because when you see the first billing statement, the jaw drops. That's when you realize engage a divorce coach, that you receive all the prep. So when you go to your attorney, you're much more prepared. You are a better and more effective communicator. You know what you're seeking. Your divorce attorney will implement all of these things and they will fight for you to ask what you are looking to get from the settlement, right? But work with a divorce coach to make sure you don't spend thousands of dollars asking questions and figuring it out with their attorney. And also attorneys are busy and they're in court all the time. I see it, I hear it, I've experienced it, so I know. So let's do a quick recap of the divorce team. So why do you need it? Unless you are well versed in every single aspect of your life. Again, investments, taxes, how to get lending, financial future planning, legal, uh, co-parenting plans. If it becomes a restraining order, do you know the criminal law? Do you know all of that? I'm pretty sure the answer is no. That's why you need divorce team. And divorce team, for planning purposes, when you decide that you're ready for divorce, before you do anything, educate yourself and reach out to a divorce coach. Even if you're like in deer in a headlight, talk to a divorce coach, and then divorce coach will give you some points and things to ponder about and do the research on. Then talk to financial planner, talk to CPA, and then talk to an attorney. And after that, you have a full picture. You understand the process, you understand the outline of what it's going to look like and how long it may take. That's when you set all the wheels in motion. And again, I been there. I did it mostly on my own. I did reach out to financial planner and CPA eventually, but it did take some time. Um, Yeah, don't make the same mistakes I did because it takes such a toll on you when it doesn't have to. Again, you have mentors and you have coaches that can give you the results you want. More time in your day, more money in your pocket, and more opportunity to invest in yourself and blow up your dream life the way you want it to happen after your divorce is final. That's it. That's all I have for you. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me via my website. I'll be happy to connect. I'll be happy to talk to you, answer any, and discuss any topics that are burning for you. And thank you for listening to Uncoupled and Unfiltered. Until next time.
That's it for this episode of Uncoupled and Unfiltered. If you're loving the raw truth and practical takeaways, do the badass thing and rate and review the show wherever you listen. It helps more good people find their way out of the chaos. And check the show notes. Yeah, we actually put some useful stuff in there. Resources, links, tools, go grab what you need. Until next time, don't settle, don't shrink, and don't look back.